Alrighty, rock on, motherfuckers. Peter Joseph here for a Wednesday late afternoon video on this Wednesday, April the 17th, 2024. Thank you all for watching right here on the official Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Once again, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there, you know where it is, in the description box below. On this very channel, very close to 600 subscribers. We're 3 away as of this video, so hopefully by the end of the weekend we'll hit 600, and we will go on to 700, and hopefully that magic number is 750. Hopefully by the summertime or by the end of the year, we'll hopefully hit 750, but we'll see what happens with that. But subscribe to this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. All the links are down in the gobbledygook. So do it now. And also, don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you dare. If you're not real, then you're fake and you need to get out of here. Go on somebody else's platform and bother them. Not on my platforms. Get out of here. Don't need you retards. But it is what it is. But if you're real, then you can do that. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet, like I said. And most importantly, tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. Because if you miss anything, you missed it. Like Spaceballs. You know? What happened to then? We missed it. We're at now. Everything that's happening between us now is happening now. What happened to then? We missed it. So if you missed anything, well, you're SOL. And I think we all know what that means. You know? But that's pretty much it. You missed anything, you missed a lot. You're going to have to go back a video or two to catch up. Sucks to be you. And that's it. Alright, so once again, like, share, subscribe. You can leave a comment if you wish, but if these stupid comments, you're getting blocked, and if you don't like that, too fucking bad. Okay, be respectful, get out of here. Go on another platform, go on another website, do that shit. Not on my channels. Or anybody else's channels, because they'll probably do the same thing to you. Block you and basically you're out of here. That's it. And move on with that. Alright, enough about that bull funky. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. We got AEW Dynamite coming away in about an hour and a half from now. Should be a good show from, I believe it's from Indianapolis, Indiana tonight, and it's the go-home show before this Sunday night's AEW pay-per-view, new pay-per-view called Dynasty, or if you're in Australia and you're watching it, it's Dynasty. So, we got a lot of action tonight, and on Saturday night, we got a 3-hour huge block of Collision and Rampage coming up at 10. That I believe Rampage will be live. So, because of the NBA and NHL playoffs starting this weekend. How about those Rangers? Can't wait for Saturday, my friends. The Rangers starting the Eastern Conference quarterfinals against those idiots from Washington, D.C., the Washington Capitals, and I hope that the Rangers take a big, humongous shit on that team. Because the Capitals, they're dangerous, but Rangers are red, smoking hot right now. We'll see what happens in Game 1 at the Garden, the mecca of all sports, Madison Square Garden, and I will be there. Ha! Will you? No. Because I got my tickets in advance. And pretty much it's sold out, so. Unless you can buy it from a scalper, then. I don't recommend that because, scalping tickets, you get really bad seats. Half the time. And for a really bad price. So. Unless you get it from StubHub, maybe you can get there. But in any case, can't wait for Saturday with the Rangers and with the NHL playoffs. So that's why Rampage will be preempted till Saturday night at 10 p.m. right after Collision. And we got that. So Friday night, you just have SmackDown. And that's it. And then, Saturday night, 3 hours of TV. And then we got Dynasty beginning at 8 p.m. on pay-per-view. So, should be a great week of action in AEW. Tonight's show should be pretty good. We'll see what happens with all that. We got Will Ocean Spray taking on Claudio Castagnoli, the Swiss Superman. That should be a pretty good match, and we'll see what happens with that. See what happens with Bryan Danielson. Yes! And all that, and a whole lot more tonight on Dynamite. And I'll be doing my review later tonight on this very channel. Hopefully if I don't fall asleep before then. And I apologize for doing the videos a day late. And I said that during my first videos of the day that I was going to do the second video of the day, and I didn't do it, so I'm sorry. But, I tried my best to stay up and do the videos on time, but, I was tired as fuck, so I had to go to sleep. I'm tired. Plus, I had other things to do, so. Can't blame me, so. I apologize, but hopefully, I can do my Dynamite review later on tonight, and we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much it. And, how about those Mets? How about those New York Mets, my motherfuckers? They were 0-6. Everybody thought the season was over, freaking jumping off the bridge and everything. But, man, they have won the last 10 of 12. And they are 10-8 right now. And their pitching, their NL ERA, the pitching has been done very well. Severino, 6 scoreless innings. No, one, he gave up a run, but it is what it is. But the bats came alive, and after it was a pretty decent game, it was 2-1, and the Mets just scored like at will, and it was just ridiculous. So they sweep Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh's like probably one of the cleanest cities in all Pennsylvania right now. So they stripped out the Buccos, and now they're going to California to face those Dodgers. I believe it starts tomorrow or Friday. And they're going to be I think they're going to be in San Diego, and then maybe San Francisco. But they'll be back in New York next weekend. So we got that. So if you want to see the Mets, you have to wait a while. But that should be a good series this weekend with the Dodgers, Ohtani and Yamamoto, the overpriced Japanese busts, pretty much. Yamamoto's ERA is higher than my mortgage. Ohtani is not the same Ohtani that we all know and love. He's a cheater. He is. He is just like the Yankees, but, at least Ohtani doesn't take steroids like the Yankees. I know they lost the other day. But, Yankees have a good record. Mets are, 10-8 right now. I don't know what the standings is, but I don't care about the standings right now. But Mets are red hot right now. Their pitching is great. Offense is coming along. Marte had another Marte party. Hit a home run today. Harrison, Vader. Another bomb today. So he's starting to heat up a little bit. Ex-Yankee, by the way. So, hey, even the ex-Yankees who didn't really do much did a great on the Yankees, even though Bader had a great season last year. He's producing in the real New York team. So, get that. So, it's good. It's good. It's gonna be a New Yorker this week. The Knicks are the number 2 seed. I don't know who they're playing. I don't care. I hope they choke. You got the Rangers. This Saturday. I think Saturday afternoon or Saturday night against the Capitals in Game 1. The Mets, red hot right now. The Yankees, have a great record, but still suck. And also John Sterling, the legendary announcer for the Yankees, Mr. The Yankees win. You that guy? Well, he go bye-bye. He's gone. He announced his retirement imminently. So he's done. So you won't be hearing, it is high, it is far, it is gone. Stuff like, that guy, So, a legendary career, and it's just time for him to go. So I guess we'll be hearing that bitch Susan Waltman on WFAN radio during the broadcast, unless they get somebody else that I don't care for. But I wish the Mets were on WFAN like they used to be. Now they're on WOR on ESPN 1050. So actually they're on WOR. Sometimes they're on ESPN 1050, but usually, if you have 8:10 a.m., you can listen to the Mets on the radio. Or if you have SNY on the app, or if you have cable in New York, you can get it. Or if you have MLB Extra Innings or the MLB channel, sometimes you can see the Mets highlights. You don't get to see the game, but if you have Extra Innings, yeah, you can see the game. But it is what it is. But Mets are doing some good shit right now. Love it. I love it. Can't get enough. I want more. Hoorah! We move on. Alright, enough about that spiel. So, that's that. Hope everybody had a great Wednesday. And if not, well, too bad. That's it. Alright. After 12 minutes of spieling, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, it is time on this Wednesday late Wednesday afternoon. So not the evening. It was kind of the evening, but not dark yet. About another hour, it'll be dark. So it'll be Wednesday night, about an hour and a half. So on this late Wednesday afternoon, April the 17th, 2024, right here on the Peter Joseph channel. And guess what? My name is Peter Joseph. I'm a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling or baseball, sports, whatever I feel like talking about. If you like it, great. Hit that like button. If not, get out of here. On somebody else's channel. That's pretty much it. Alright, so on this April the 17th, 2024, it is time for your late and out-of-date NXT review for last night's show, April the 16th, 2024. And as always, we are emanating from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. Alright, so we're still coming off that stunned and deliver high, and pretty much this is the go home show before spring break-in night 1 and 2, the next 2 weeks as we close out April, and then we're on the road to we got about a week or so after that. No, actually, 1 month after that, we got NXT Battleground, which is June the 9th. So right after spring break-in, we're on the road to Battleground. And we move on with that. Alright, so this show wasn't that bad. The main event of Carmelo Hayes, him, and Trick Williams, Whoop that Trick Williams against Melo, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo in a cage! God damn it. In a steel cage, brother! So that's the main event. But we had some other things happening on the show, and let's get to them right now. And as always, on commentary, our commentary team every Tuesday night, and that is the man with just like this. I'm not picking my nose or anything like that. For you dumbasses that think that, you can go fuck yourself. And that's that. So our commentary team of the man with a creepy jacket and a lot of candy and some cough drops, that's Vic Joseph. And the man who smokes more weed than a lot of people here on YouTube, and that is a fact. And that is the two-time Hall of Famer and 6-time heavyweight champion of the world, member of Harlem Heat. And that is the man who smokes more weed than you do, and that is Booker T, sucker! That's pretty much it for that. Booker T was on WWE Most Wanted Treasures this past Sunday with the WCW episode that lasted 2 hours. And half the time they were talking about WCW. And then they go on a little road trip to get some memorabilia from Hulk Hogan brother, him apologizing to Mick Foley for what he said back in the day. I'm like, who cares about that? Brother. Talk about the NWO days, Finger Poke of Doom, which really was the death knell to WCW with the, Tony Schiavone shit. That'll put butts in seats. That was the death knell of WCW. Then they talk about Booker T, and they get some memorabilia from the Harlem Heat days. They talk about Sister Sherry, Sherry Martel, what I thought was nice, God rest her mighty soul, but, showed her winning the title from the Fabulous Moolah. But, it is what it is. At least it wasn't Wendy Richter, but I miss those days. The Wendy Richter days, the the rock and roll connection with Cyndi Lauper. She's so unusual. That chick. She's from Brooklyn, by the way. Did you know that? Another chick from Brooklyn? Oh, that's right, Joan Jett. Oh, and I met both of them. Ha! Did you? No. Because I'm a very important Peter, that's why. I'm Mr. VIP. And you're not. But we get that. Also, special happy birthday to the Hot Rod! Rowdy Piper! Today is his birthday. So happy birthday in heaven to the Hot Rod! Rowdy Piper! If you remember from the Wrestling Album 1. That was a good song. I don't even... What song did he... I know he was on Land of a Thousand Dances. We all know that. And he sang For Everybody on the Wrestling Album 1. I didn't really like that song because that song was, weird. I mean, it's a Hot Rod. He should have sang something else. Just saying. At least Jimmy Hart had probably the best tune on that fucking album. Eat your heart out, Rick Springfield. And then, Mean Gene. Woo! Mean Blackguard Gene singing Tutti Frutti. Which wasn't really a good song. I think Mean Gene singing Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo on Pound Driver, the Wrestling Album 2. That was the song for him. Not Tutti Frutti. I didn't like that song at all. At all. Garbage. But I really think if you talk about wrestling albums, the Power Driver, the Wrestling Album 2, by far the greatest wrestling album ever. You want to debate me on it? You can't. You can't. So many great songs on that album. I mean, Power Driver by Coco Beware. Stand Back for Andre the Giant. Made famous by Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And Demolition by Rick Derringer. Not the band Derringer, it's Rick Derringer. Great song. And a couple of my favorite songs on that album, besides Power Driver, If You Only Knew What I'm Gonna Do to You, and what else? Slick's first song. I forgot the name of that goddamn song. Power Drive, the Wrestling Album 2. That was a good song by Slick, but my all-time favorite song on that album is Strike Force's theme song by Robbie Dupree. Girls and Cars. Gotta love that song. Gotta love it. I wonder how Tito Santana and Rick Martel felt about that song. They were in the video, but I don't know how they felt about the song, but I mean, you do see Tito going like, "Woo, look at that ladies in bikinis." I'm like, Tito Santana wanted some Latina heat, if you know what I mean, back then. Ole! Tito Santana with the flying jalapeno. freaking Bobby Heenan. You Haminator! Today trying to jump out the window to escape. Are you blind? Oh, the 80s was such a great time for wrestling. It was just so great. Oh, I miss those days. Yeah, it shows my age. I love the 80s. I mean, the 80s were great for wrestling and music and sports and everything. Fuck the 90s. The first part of the 90s, not so much the latter end. But 2000s were okay, and then everything else went to shit. There'll never be a decade like the 80s. Ever. And we move on with that. Alright. So let's move on with that. Let's get back to wrestling. Alright, so let's start off NXT. So NXT last night, pretty good show. We start off with our first match of the night. We have Dominik Dijak coming out, and he takes on the Supernova himself, Noam Dar, the leader of Meta-Four. And also we see Oro Menza and the beautiful Ebony Hotties. Oh, Jakarta Miss Jackson if you're nasty. And Lash Legend, Kick Gun. Looking amazing. Coming out the ringside. Oh, man. What I would give to be the cream in that Oreo cookie. I mean, I already got my sushi, but you know, I like to have a cookie every once in a while. If you know what I mean. But I digress on that. Alright, so they're out there, and we have this match which lasted 12 minutes. I don't know why it will last 12 minutes. If you're Dijak, you should have beat him in 3 minutes. Did I say 3 minutes? Alright, so it's also with Noam Dar kicking away at the big man. They put Dijak down with a running forearm. And they go to the floor. Meta-Four caused a distraction but didn't work. And then Dijak scores with a springboard clothesline for a near fall. Goes for a guillotine, didn't, actually, Dar goes for a guillotine, that didn't work. And then Dijak launches him into the air like Snow from Final Fantasy 13. Launched him into the air. And landed on the floor in a heap. Ow. We get that. We go to break. Come back. Dijak still in control. Some elbows to face, sets up a big-time clothesline. And then Noam Dar once again goes flying off a big Beal slash-suplex by Dijak. But Noam Dar comes right back with the guillotine. And then that gets broken up as Dijak hits high justice for a near fall. Dijak's like, what? How did they not pin him? They get back up, Dar kicks away at the leg, then sets up a Fisherman's Buster of all moves for a near fall. Lots of the cross arm breaker, but Dijak got out of that easily. And then we get a boot to face, and then Noam comes right back with a spinning elbow to face. And then Dijak tries to come back with the Cyclone Kick, and hits that to stop Dar's momentum. Goes for Feast Your Eyes, but Meta-Four offer another distraction, and the referee, you can't do everything, besides looking at Jakarta Jackson and Lash Legend's hot ass! And with that distraction, Noam Dar hits the Nova Roller. 1, 2, 3, a shocking victory by the Supernova himself, Noam Dar, thanks to his good buddies in Meta-Four, and that's it. But match was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. That's it. So Noam Dar back in the win column. There you go. And if you're Dijak, you're like, how the fuck did I lose to that guy? It happens. It happens. And we get that. Alright, after that, like I said, 3 out of 5 stars. After that, we go to the lovely Ava Rain's office, the NXT General Manager. She's I think, playing with her Twitter machine. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. And then the Russian Dragon, the NXT World Champion, Ilya Dragunov comes in. Not doing that, well, not doing that, but he comes in, and he's like, I'm gonna have an open challenge tonight, and I'm gonna pick my opponent. That might not be a good thing there, Ilya. But, because everybody in that locker room wants a piece of your ass. Not like that, but you know what I mean. Get that. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I get that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get this weird freaking video with, you know, this girl going into the not the forest, like going through a garden area, I don't know what it was. I'm like, what is this? And then it kind of transitions into the creepy woman herself, Tatum Paxley, basically telling us a story about wanting to be good, but no one wants to play with me. Because, you know, she's creepy. You know, she wanted to be like everyone else. But, you know, she wanted to be like everyone else. But then the lassie from Ireland, Lila Vakilia, let her in. They formed a little bond, which kind of got really out of hand. It felt like, you know, Tatum was stalking her at every chance she got. And then Lyra lost the NXT Women's Championship to Roxy at Stand and Deliver, thanks to her. Which is really what mattered to her the most, which was kind of keeping the belt with Lyra. That backfired. And then we saw what happened last week, where Tatum basically went off on Lyra, beat the crap out of her, kind of doing a heinous act and everything. So she says Lyra is nothing without the belt, and that now she's in her way of getting the title that she wants. So, we'll see what happens with this creepy situation. And I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. We move on. Alright, after that, we go to our next match on the program. Women's action. We got the resident surfer girl. Surf's up, dude. Sol Ruka. She's taking on Miami's own, one piece of hot ash. And that's the great-looking Puerto Ricana Lola Face. Oh, yes. Shake it, baby. Oh, yes. She can dance on my you-know-what anytime. But I digress. It was a pretty match, 4-minute match. Sol takes her down by the arm to start, but Lola kicks her way out of that. And then some more, like, jumping kicks in the corner. Knocks Sol Ruka down in the corner. And then Lola hits that sexy running hip attack for a near fall. She goes for a second one and hits the turnbuckle. Ow! Might have to massage that ass, you know what I mean? Sol strikes away. Tries to go for the Soul Snatcher, but it's a little bit too early for that. And that gets broken up. And then she kicks away at Lola. And then with the referee distracted, well, wouldn't you like to be distracted by Lola Vice? I think you would. Blair Davenport comes out of nowhere and basically knocks, attacks her. And then Lola hits that spinning kick of doom, knocking Sol the fuck out. She fell like a ton of bricks. So Lola gets the win after that. 1, 2, 3. 4-minute match. Lola gets the win. So, continuing the Sol Ruka Blair Davenport feud that began pretty much last year with, the hoodie gimmick. When Blair was, like, attacking people randomly, like Wendy Choo Choo! And, other people in the parking lot. So we get all that. Alright, so Lola gets the win. I get the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then she's celebrating and dancing, dancing in the ring, shaking her hot ass. And then Natalya pops up on the Tron and challenges Lola to a match in 2 weeks at Spring Breakin' Night 2. But it's not going to be one-on-one match like they had last week where Lola won with a sharpshooter, or just won outright. This time it's gonna be, I think this is probably the first ever NXT Women's Underground match. So this is really in Lola's wheelhouse, because she's from the MMA, of course. Miss Valerie Loretta. So then, later on, we hear that, that Natalya's gonna have, somebody in her corner. I'll get to that in a minute. And then we hear from Lola, who says she's got a very special person gonna be in her corner. I wonder who that could be. Everybody's thinking Ronda Rousey. No! Not Ronda Rousey. I'm thinking it probably gonna be somebody from one of her MMA friends. So Natalya's gonna have Carmen Petrovic in her corner, and Lola, I guess we'll find out next week, because there's a contract signing for that match. And you know how all contract signings go. So let's see what happens with that. I'm thinking it's Shayna Baszler. Because, I mean, who else could they get from the MMA? That's a woman. I mean, they have so many people you can think of, but I'm thinking it might be Shayna Baszler. Because really, what's Shayna doing right now? Nothing with Zoe Stark, basically. Nothing. Her and Zoe should go back to NXT. Go for there is no women's, there is, but they should really be women's tag team champions. I hate saying that because of Asuka and Kairi, but, But, really, what are they doing with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark? Nothing. They're just there, and pretty much in catering right now, like, well, we're gonna get a title shot! You had it and you lost, remember? But really, there is no women's tag teams around right now besides Piper and Chelsea Green, the Dancing Queens, Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. You got Indy and Candice. I think they may be the ones. And my cat's going. My cat wants to eat. My cat always wants to eat. It is what it is. I'm not neglecting her or anything like that, but she just wants to eat. Right, Zubu? Miss Suzu. Woochie. I'm gonna try to get her, but Suzu. Rosa will take care of it. But it is what it is. But she wants her attention. What's her TV time? Ain't gonna get it now. But it is what it is. Anyway. Alright, so, we got that NXT Underground match with Lola Vice and Natalya, in 2 weeks, and next week we got the contract signing. And that's, pretty much it for that. Alright, after that, we go to NXT Anonymous. We still don't know who that is. Spying on Ridge Holland, basically choking out DJZ, Joaquin Wilde, outside Ava Rain's office, and then Ava Rain has to basically yell at him, like, what are you doing? And breaks it up. And that's pretty much it. That's that. Are you getting fed? What is going on over there? Zuzu! Come here, Booby. I'm gonna get her. Come on, Booby, come here. Come here, Booby. Zuzu, come here, baby. She wanna come. Hey, I didn't mean that. Come here, Zuzu. Zuzu. Come here, baby. Hey, woman, feed her. She'll get fed. She wants her attention because, she's Zuzu. She's trying to ruin my video. But I'm going to keep going. Alright, so Ridge Holland and Joaquin Wilde are going to have a match coming up next. But before we get to that, we have part 1 of a 2-part segment from early in the day. We have the lovely Ariana Grace, Miss NXT, taking Gigi Dolan dress shopping. And, basically, they're in the store, they're kind of looking at things, and, Ariana's, like, picking things out. Gigi hates even being there, but she's like, alright, let's get this done and over with. Alright, so we get that. So I get that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Moving on. Alright, then we go back to the Capitol Wrestling Center. Joaquin Wilde and Ridge Holland. This match stunk. That too. Ridge beat his ass, Joaquin Wilde got a little bitty flippy dippy doos here and there. And then the chairman of the board, Sean Spears, comes out just to look. And now I heard he's an agent now. He's not only a wrestler, he's also a client. He's a member too. So Sean Spears comes out. Ridge Holland is knocked to the floor, where Joaquin Wilde goes for a dive and gets power slammed out of mid-air. Ow! So then Ridge throws him into the ring, hits a lifting DDT. 1, 2, 3, in under 4 minutes. Ridge Holland gets the win, and I didn't give a fuck. That's pretty much it. 2.25 out of 5 stars, and nobody gave a fuck. Alright, move on. Alright, then we go to the back. We have Josh Briggs and his bad ribs. And he talks about that. He's ready to face Oba Femi for the North American title, even though the 3-way he lost and got his ass handed to him by Oba Femi and Dijak. Great match that was. Oba retained, obviously. So then, Ivar comes in. We saw him last week beat the fuck out of Oba. So he comes back for another appearance, still in his tight jeans. Ivar comes in and tells Briggs that, you can rest up, and then when I win the North American title, you can get the first shot after I win the belt. Briggs is like, not happening. Not gonna do it. So I was like, alright, how about we fight? And Briggs is like, okay. So we got a match coming up later, and we have that. So, not so big beefy men slapping meat in that ring coming up a little bit when we move on with that. So 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Then we see the resident cheerleader, Brinley Reese, being quirky and being her perky self, working out with the Job Squad, Idris Enofe and Malik Blade, and they're going to be in tag team action against the Authors of Pain. Sucks to be them. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Let me get that. Then we go to another segment. We have Chase U with Mr. Chase and the resident crazy bitch, Thea Hale, sitting down for a kitty chat about what happened last week when JC told like shit that Mr. Chase bet on JC to win at the Great American Bash last year. Oh, stop it. That cat is annoying. Come here, baby. I know she wants... I don't want to get up, but... Come here. Suzu. Come here, baby. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, my little girl. Come here. She wants to get her attention. Okay, she doesn't want to... She's gonna annoy me. She wants her attention. I'm gonna give her some food. Don't worry. But any case, my Rosa's I don't know what Rosa's doing. Probably on the phone. She's on the phone with somebody, so I can't do anything about it. So we get that. So Mr. Chase explains to Thea Hale how he lost everything betting on her, but then cost her the match by throwing in a towel. So Thea asks, why you never told me about this? Even after the whole thing with, Mr. Tony D, and Chase U, almost, going bye-bye. But then Casey, basically saving the university with that so-called hot calendar. So Thea asked why he never told her, because she was so mean to him about that, about, betting on her and causing her the match, with, I believe it was Tiffy Tiff. But Mr. Chase says that I believe in you, I always believe in you, and Thea's like, thank you, Mr. Chase. Give me a hug. And everything seems to be okay in Chase U land, but still, Thea Hale and JC Jane going at it like two crazy bitches going after the same guy. Here's what it is. We got that. Alright, so I get that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Then we go to the segment of the night, my friends. And I gotta bring him in. Here he comes, my friends, along with Channing Stacks Lorenzo, the consigliere, Luca Crucifino. His name is Luca. Those things leaves on the second floor. And Adriana Rizzo, looking hot. But here he is, my friend, the Don of NXT. Here he is. He's coming in right now. Hey, Gus! Get in here, my cousin. Hey, how you doing? That's my cousin. My legit cousin. I am not making that up. No cap. My legit cousin, Tony D'Angelo, who got me lunch today. You know how much I paid? $2! That's how much I pay when we go out to lunch. We go to a nice restaurant, he pays. But I paid it. I pay him. But I paid for $2. Chicken Parmesan Hero I had today. $2. Free Pepsi, too. But I digress. Anyway, so my cousin comes out with the familia. Talks about how things needed to change for the family. And mentions his loss to Ilya at Stand and Deliver. And it's about going one more round, though. And then he gets interrupted by the three fucking schmucks from Catch Point 3.0, Damon Kemp, Mr. Regal's son, Charlie Dempsey, and the resident water boy, and that's Miles Bourne, carrying the fucking Heritage Cup. So they come out, and there's an implication that the family was paid to take out Drew Gulak, who's now basically gone from WWE. Can't mention his name because of the whole Ronda Rousey situation. So he's off the freaking Titantron. He's out of the team. He's gone. Can we just say he's released? Or fired? Gone? Bye-bye? Adios? Go to AEW, back to CCW, go back somewhere. You're out of WWE, basically. So he's basically blacklisted. So, they kind of make the implication that the family took care of Drew Gulak, making it, basically murdering him, sending him, up the river, swim with the fishes. But they're trying to figure that out, and Mr. Regal, Charlie Dempsey's trying to talk specifics to them, and Tony, my cousin's like, hey, Skunad! No specifics here! You can't use that! Shut up! You Skunad! That means idiot in Italian, if you don't know what the fuck that means. Oh, here's another one. I'll use a Greek word, malaka. Oh, you know what that means? It's a piece of crap! So anyway. So it looks like payment is implied. It's like, we want our money for what we did. But then Mr. Regal's son, Charlie Dempsey, has to ask, is there anything else there, Tony? You have anything else to say? And there's a little bit of tension, and then Damon Kemp tries to get involved, and Tony, with a savage line of the night, he's like, hey, nobody's talking to you! Who fucking cares about you? Damon Kemp, and everyone's like, oh! Shows you how much Damon Kemp is not cared about in the locker room. And on NXT. Pretty much, Catch Point is basically, they could add Idris Enofe and Malik Blade. They'll have a nice little faction called the Job Squad 2.0. All three of them are jobbers, except for Mr. Regal's son. who is the Heritage Cup champion, but they're doing this the stupid Freebird rule with the fucking cup, which is ridiculously dumb. Why do that? I don't know. But anyway, so Tony D, speaking of the Heritage Cup, Tony D brings that up. I wouldn't mind seeing him with the cup. But then Mr. Charlie Dempsey tells him, well, you can't have that. That's off limits. And then there's some, trash talk. Charlie Dempsey calls my cousin a scumbag. Oh, you don't say that. Oh, you just said the magic word. And Tony takes off his jacket. By the way, it was even on Raw. I think it was on last night, too. A lot of Men's Warehouse sponsorships, eh? Hunter knows. Oh, you can thank me later, Hunter. You can thank me later with a check, okay? Check's in the mail, right? Right, Hunter? Yeah, I think Hunter saw a couple of my tweets about the Men's Warehouse being the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's my sponsor. It's my sponsor. Every fucking video, I have to take a moment to shout out my good friends at the Men's Warehouse. When you go to the Men's Warehouse, you want to get a suit. You want to look like Tony D, even though you can't look like my cousin. But you want to get a suit just like that, so maybe you can look cool, even though you won't. But if you want to look good and wear what Tony D and everybody else wears, nice little suit, pants, shit like that, then go to the Men's Warehouse. Tell them Peter Joseph sent you, and maybe, just maybe, they'll help you out. And you're gonna like the way you look. And maybe the people, the fine men and women at the Men's Warehouse, you might say, you might like the way you look. They can guarantee it. But some of you, no. Not even close to looking good. In a nice suit and tie and, maybe a fedora hat like Tony D. That's my cuz. But for some of you, I don't even think going to the Men's Warehouse will even make you look good or even get laid. I'm sorry. Only real VIPs, the clientele, good-looking Italians go there. Yeah, that's where I got most of my stuff. Most of my dress shirts come from the Men's Warehouse. But not this shirt. This came from the merchandise store in this moment, so it's what it is. Big ups to my good friends in this moment. That's pretty much it. Alright, so we get a big, humongous brawl after that, which the family wins. So it looks like we're going to get a 6-person tag team match next week with Catchpoint 3.0 taking on my cousin, Tony D, Stacks, and Luca Crucifino with Adriana Rizzo at ringside. So we'll see what happens with that, and we'll move on with that. So I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars for that crazy segment that it was. But the moral of the story of that segment is, don't fuck with the family. And don't fuck with the Italians, because you'll be sent up the river like the Yes Boys and like Drew Gulak. You're out. You don't fuck with the Mafia either. Because, as we all know, the Italian Mafia is the greatest Mafia ever. Hey, what about the Spanish Mafia? Fuck them. What about the Irish Mafia? Fuck them. What about the Cuban Mafia? Fuck them. Well, what about Tony Montana? He's a great guy and all, but he ain't the Don like in The Godfather. He's like, say hello to my little friend. Dead. I know Michael Corleone and, all the guys in The Godfather, I couldn't refuse. I gave my horse his head in his bed. Somebody get me a chicken palm, I get my friend Tony Soprano. you know. And then you got guys like Ray Liotta and Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro in Goodfellas, another great mafia movie, along with Casino and what's that damn name of the movie? Donnie Darko and Glenn Ross. So many great fucking mafia movies. It's amazing. But the greatest of all time, to me, in my view, is Goodfellas and then Godfather 1 and 2. 3? No. 3 should have never been made. And don't forget another guy named Al Pacino. That too. But Goodfellas is great. Just great. What, you mean I'm funny? You think I'm funny? What, you think I'm a clown? I come out and wearing a red nose, I come out here and I amuse you, I tell jokes? What do you mean I'm funny? What, you're just funny. Why don't tell me how I'm fucking funny? I almost had him! Damn it! You son of a bitch, you know. You gotta love Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci is probably one of the greatest, not the greatest actor, but probably one of the greatest Italian actors in history. 2 Utes? What the hell is a Ute? Oof. I don't know how he was making out with another hot piece of Brooklyn Asian, that's Marissa Tomei, who went to my high school, by the way. Graduated a year before I even got there, I think. And along with the Beastie Boys. But supposedly they dropped out. That's what I heard. But they went to my school, but I read something about them that they dropped out of high school. How do you drop out of Everett Memorial High School? That's kind of weird, but they wanted to do their rap career, which is very successful. You know, God rest the guy, one of the Beastie Boys that died. I forget his name. It was MCA, I believe. But you know, they went to my high school, and so did Marissa Tomei. I know, yeah, they filmed the Cosby Show in Everett Memorial High School. Not when I was there, but they did a few episodes from there in the late 80s, early 90s. And NBC Studios was right across the street. On the other side, but, you know. The other side of Everett Memorial High School in the back. So, I'm gifted. And I'm blessed to be, you know, around great people. Like Ozzy. In this moment. Oh, by the way, 2 million hits. Still, I'm going to keep saying that till the day I die. Because nobody on this website will beat that. And I'm talking wrestling-wise. And, you know, whatever-wise. But, oh, hey, Roman passed me and I got 5 million hits. That don't mean shit. That's wrestling video. I'm talking about a music video. Nobody will ever surpass that. I don't care if you're in the video. I mean, if you're in the video, great. But, I mean, I don't know if it'll get 2 million hits like, you know. Depending on what band, then I'll give you that, but. I'll give you that point, but. If not, then I don't care. I don't care. But I was in a music video. Not in one music video. I was in 2. So, just saying. And I directed a few music videos too. Got some good success there too. So, people think that I'm just full of shit. That I have no life and I got nothing going for me. You don't know me very well, do you? All you got is bullshit from my past. You know, oh, he's a pedophile, he's a creep, this and that. There's more to me than that, just that fake BS. Because I'm very well known off this fucking website. I'm not saying I'm a celebrity like other people think they are, but they're not. But, you know, I'm pretty damn popular. Hey, if Issa can beat Roman Reigns and get acknowledged by the tribal chief, you know, I could get acknowledged by Ozzy in this moment, and Moses and White, and the real metal god, Mr. Rob Halford, and even Lemmy. Lemmy would tell you too. Well, Peter Gilmore is a great guy. He rocks out with his cookout. Alright. Thank you, Lemmy. Thank you. Alright, okay. Jailbreak. Okay, stop it. Lemmy, calm down. So, it is what it is, and I don't give a fuck about what anybody says about me. Don't care. I just care about myself and what I do and how blessed I am to do it. Because I actually have a life outside of YouTube. And I'm blessed to do the things I do. With the music side of the things. Very knowledgeable in wrestling. One pretty good ranter. That I can pretty much out-rant people like Schmuck JD. Me and Joe Cronin could have a good battle. You know? I could probably go at it with, you know, almost anybody that's actually good on this website or in wrestling, period. But if you're just some schmuck on YouTube and you think you can out-rant me, but you can't, you might have a couple good points, but, you know. Hey, if Otaku's gonna have a debate with Tom on the Rant Rate podcast, you know, hey, me and Otaku can have a nice little debate if you ever wanted to, if I had time, but I don't. Not much time, but me and Otaku can have a little debate if it ever happened. You know, just talk about things, you know. If he wins, good. I'll give him a little clap. Doesn't mean he's better than me. It's just some of his... He had a little bitty point ahead of me, so it is what it is, but... So yeah, me and Otaku could have a debate, me and Tom can have a debate. You know, anybody on the Rant Rate podcast and me can have a debate about wrestling, not about anything else. I care less about anything else. But other people on this website that think they want to debate me about wrestling and music, you would get destroyed. But wrestling, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see who outrants who. But I'm only gonna outrant the top guys. I'm not gonna rant and rave. I hate saying that, but I'm not gonna rant and just waste my time with a meager looking fucking Mark on YouTube or JD, because JD I'll wipe the floor with anyway. But because all he cares about is his fucking self. I'll debate that schmuck. What's his name? Kevin Scampoli, the guy that called that messed around with Caleb Braxton and mocking getting raped and shit, and then had the nerve to talk about my boy Javon Evans, calling him a slave. What is wrong with you? This guy is fucking racist. He hates Caleb Braxton, who's African American or black. Hates Javon Evans because he's 19. 2, he's African American. I can only imagine who else he hates. But yeah, to go low on Kayla was a mistake. Now you're calling you're calling Javon Evans a slave, which is really derogatory towards African American people. So it means you're really like dissing Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Big E, Obafemi. I mean, basically everybody in wrestling that is African American. You're calling them slaves, and I don't know if he dropped the N-word. I think he did. That's a no-no. I think he did, because from what I heard on Twitter, he was like dropping the N-word on the guy. I'm like, what? What's wrong with you? I don't understand. I don't understand that. Why do certain white people, and I'm not being racist in this, I'm just doing this for context. Why are so many white people trying to be black? Trying to, use the terminology, yeet, and stuff like that. I mean, it's funny, because, you're talking about it in the context of Jey Uso, and then, all these people, they think they're white and want to be black, saying, oh, what up, Mark? I'm not going to say it, but, what up, Mark? They're looking cool. I mean, I say the N-word with the hard A sometimes, not on video. I only said it once. The hard ER. I said it once, a long time ago. That was a mistake. Because I was just being stupid and I should have just cut the video off and redid it. But I kept it up and I threw it up and got lambasted for it. But I don't use that type of language. Because I have a lot of African American friends. I have a lot of black friends, and I don't, say the N-word with the hard ER. I say the N-word with the hard A. They don't mind. They don't mind. I never once had any one of my black friends come up to me and say, hey, you can't say that! Don't call me that! Even though when I said the N-word with the hard A, they don't mind it. I mean, I say Rosa and me say it to each other almost all the time. My brother from another mother, you great sexy man up there. He even said it, but then he kind of paraphrases it and says, well, I'll use it for reference, so don't hate me for it. He says niglet, which is a derogatory term, but, or as I say, noglet, but it's not being racist. I'm just paraphrasing what he said back in the day. And that's pretty much it. But, this Kevin Scampoli guy really needs his ass handed to him for that stupid fucking shit. Calling Javon Evans a slave and then dropping the N-bomb with the hard ER. I mean, really stupid. And then you got people on YouTube doing that shit. Saying on live streams and in some videos using the N-word with the hard ER. Thinking they're cool. You're not. You're just a wannabe. You're a wannabe white guy trying to be black. You're trying to fit in. No. Don't even try that shit. Just stay in your freaking nationality, your lane, basically. Dumb how white people want to try to be like that. I mean, first of all, you're not Eminem who can do that. Okay? And Kid Rock. They're allowed to do that shit. Because they're respected in their craft. You know what I mean? They can be white and act black. Even though Mr. Weird Al Yankovic doing, White and Nerdy was funny as hell. Taking black songs and parodying them, which is funny, even though Coolio wanted to kick his ass. Still, he got a Grammy out of that. For Amish Paradise, I mean, you know. But even Weird Al can act, can act white and act black at times, but he's not racist at least. Unlike Kevin Scampoli, that schmuck. You should be thrown off the fucking internet and thrown in jail for that shit. Because you're slandering these people. Defaming their character. You should be in jail, you fucking motherfucker. Fuck you. Pretty much it. But, to him, fuck you, and to all these people, using the N-word with the hard ER on YouTube and on social media, thinking they're hot shit when they're not. Stop. Okay? I don't use it online. I only use it offline with a certain circle of friends that I have that are African American, but they're fine with it. I rarely use it these days anyway, so it is what it is. Alright, I went off on way off on a tangent, so we will. Alright, speaking of Javon Evans, my boy. But we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so Tony D, and the family look like they're about to send Catchpoint 3.0 up the river, swim with the fishes, and bye-bye from NXT. And maybe get the Heritage Cup out of it, too. But we'll see. Alright, move on. So I give that 3.25 out of 5 stars. And then we go to the open challenge. Ilya Dragunov comes out, the NXT World Champion. And then 6,000 people try to rush the ring to try to get a shot at Ilya. And while that's happening, Javon Evans dives over the announcer's table, somehow gets in the ring, and just goes right up to Ilya. He's like, I'll take you on. Ilya's like, oh, really? I like your spunk, little man. The rookie. So we get to this match. This match was epic. And give Javon Evans credit. He is the Rookie of the Year for NXT, for basically WWE right now. 19 years old and has put on some bangers. His debut last week was okay. It's just his debut against Reggie. Good match, flippy-dippity-doo match, but still, it's Reggie. But he steps up to the plate against pretty much the best of NXT, and he almost knocked it out of the park. He almost won the match. Back and forth they went. Ilya was beating the fuck out of him, and Javon's like, bring it on, man! Bring it on! And, he came this close to winning, I don't know, well, it wasn't for the belt, because it's not for the belt. He came very close to shocking the world and beating the champ, and possibly getting a title shot against Ilya, but eventually Ilya takes him down on the outside. Actually, we get a big flippy dippity-doo by Javon, and they go back in, Dragunov picks him up, hits a Death Valley driver in the corner, and that was basically it. Because after that, pulls out his sword and hits Torpedo Moscow. 1, 2, 3 in 6 minutes. I thought this was longer. Felt like 12 minutes. But 6-minute match, but still. An amazing match with Ilya and Javon Evans. And I see a very bright future for Javon on NXT. I'd love for him to get the North American title. I don't think he's going to be world title yet, but I'd like that too. But Javon Evans, I say in about 2, maybe 3 years, we're going to see this guy on the main roster, and he is going to shine. Because Hunter, he's already getting mentored by HBK. So HBK is doing some good shit down there with this guy. But when he goes up to the main roster, I hope and pray that Mr. Levesque, Mr. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the game, Triple H, I really hope he takes him and molds him into a superstar, maybe wins the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title. But he is going to be a big star when he gets up to the main roster in a few years. But right now, he is doing some good shit in NXT and on Level Up too. Not that I watch Level Up, but I've seen some of his stuff though. He is amazing. And thank God, Vincent Kennedy McMahon is not around anymore. Because if if Vince went down to NXT and saw this guy, and saw Javon Aaron's, he would give him a Kofi Kingston Jamaican gimmick. Because of the hair. He would ruin him. In on the main roster, too. Oh, we're gonna give you a Jamaican gimmick. You're gonna be Kofi Kingston's cousin. And if you don't like that, you're fired. I'm like, no. Please, for the love of God, don't ever do that. Thankfully, Vince is bye-bye, so long, farewell. Go to the fucking retirement home. Get out of here. Oh, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord for Triple H. Thank the Lord for Shawn Michaels running things in NXT and on the main roster. Thank the Lord. Because now, Ilya's going to be on the main roster. Braun Breaker's running rampant on SmackDown right now. Roxy's going to be coming up probably. I can only imagine who else. Well, Baron Corbin. It's Baron Corbin. But, and then people going from SmackDown or Raw to NXT, like the Final Testament, AOP and Killer Cross, back down there. Natalia's there just to put over people. I don't know who else could be going down there. Maybe Ivar until Eric. I almost said Eric Rowan. Eric from the Viking Raiders comes back from his injury to reform the Viking Raiders, or maybe War Machine. But we'll see what happens with that. Maybe Finn Balor might go down there after he gets kicked out of Judgment Day. Him or Dom. It should be JD McStupido, but same. So Hunter and HBK are doing some good shit with these young talent. Roxy's gonna come up to the main roster. She's still doing this AJ Lee gimmick, which is great. I can only imagine what's gonna be on the main roster. Tiffy Tiff doing amazing shit on SmackDown now. Should be getting a women's title shot instead of facing off against Naomi, but it is what it is. So, Hunter and HBK are molding these great men and women to come up to the main roster and in NXT. So, the future looks great for WWE right now. Great. I can only imagine what we're going to bring in, in the next 5-10 years to NXT. Besides Julia's going to be amazing when she debuts in NXT soon. Jade, I hope they don't fuck this up with Jade. But it's WWE we're talking about here. We'll have to see over the next few months with her. And that's it. We'll see. But there are some people that are just getting shafted, like Shinsuke Nakamura. But it is what it is, and that's pretty much it. But the future is bright for WWE, and even though some of the lesser talent that contracts are ending pretty soon might be going to AEW. Tony Khan came out today and said that the door is always open for Nikki Bella to come in. Do we really want to see the Bella sluts in AEW? I don't. I'd rather see Brie, just for Bryan Danielson's purposes. That'd be fine. But as far as Nikki fucking Bella, no. She can stay home, bang her husband, Artem, whatever the fuck his name is, have more kids nobody cares about. Nobody cares about their fucking podcast, or, the Garcia twins. Nobody fucking cares about them. Brie and Nikki. Nobody cares. So I wouldn't give two shits if they even did debut in AEW. I mean, there's rumors that Becky Lynch is gonna go there. No, it's not happening, because she's gonna re-sign along with Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre, well, we'll see. I mean, he is in contract negotiations right now, the starting stages of it, but I mean, it'd be nice to have Drew Galloway there. Well, it'd be Drew Galloway, not McIntyre, but we'll see. And people are coming over from AEW to WWE. Maybe Ricky Starks, maybe Wardlow, maybe Malachi Black. I mean, Andrade came over. And, well, I don't know what he's doing right now besides teaming up with Rey Mysterio. And kind of in the LWO. I don't know. And him and Santos Escobar and Legado going at it. You know? I mean, he's kind of back with Zelina Vega. Though, you don't see... I mean, he comes out, but Zelina wasn't even there. I was like, what?! I want Hunter to pair Zelina and Andrade together. Why are we not getting it? I mean, yeah, we saw it at WrestleMania. That's just WrestleMania. I'm talking about singles matches and tag team matches on Raw. I mean, she's there. I mean, I know she's not her, she's his manager, but not, like, love interest shit like that. We all know this. Charlotte is coming back soon. So I don't know if that's not going to sit well with Charlotte, but it is what it is. But yeah, give me Andrade and Zelina Vega going to the ring for a tag, for a tag team match with Rey and the LWO, or just one-on-one. I want to see that. I want to see it again. Mein Fear, whatever. But, in any case, that's that. Alright, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so Ilya gets the win over my boy Javon Evans in a match I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, got 15 minutes to AEW, and I want to get this video done and up, and then we'll get to AEW, and then we'll talk later about AEW. Alright, after that, like I said, we hear from Natalya, who says that Karen Petrovic will be in her corner and train her. But then Yoda Vice comes in and teases a training partner of her own. We don't know who it's going to be. And then we find out the contract signing is next week. So we got that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then Sol Ruka comes into Ava Rain's office and she is pissed. And she wants Blair Davenport next week in a beach brawl match, meaning no disqualification. So he was like, I'm interested. So we get that. Then we move on. So that's next week. So a lot of good shit next week. We got Trick Willie and Ilya Dragunov for the belt. If Trick loses, he's gone from NXT. So I think they're going to do a title change, because I think Ilya's going to get drafted to SmackDown. Or Raw, probably be Raw. But you never know. And we got that. And we'll see what happens with that. So, good stuff next week. Alright, after that we go to Thea Hale and Tatum Paxley. Wrestler Chase Hugh at ringside. Mr. Chase, Mr. Duke Hudson, and her so-called boyfriend Riley Osborne. No relation to Ozzy, of course. Match sucked. 3 minutes suck fest. Did I say 3 minutes suck fest? Yeah, I did. We have this weird upside down surfboard where Tatum was laying on her back and had Thea Hale's limbs all tied up, with Thea looking down at her. It's like a reverse surfboard. That was weird. And then Thea hits the world's smallest slam. But then another hot piece of Asian, that's Jasmine Nix wearing glasses, looking like a hot librarian. Oy. She comes out for distraction, which led to JC Jane coming in from the other side of the ring and knocks Thea the fuck out. Tatum grabs a crucifix pin 1, 2, 3. She gets the win, and I didn't give a fuck, so I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then after the match, there's a big, humongous brawl. And in between that, Lyra Valkyria runs in and has a brawl with Tatum Paxley. So the referees had to get everybody out of there. It's crazy. It was crazy as shit. As the great man up there, Jay Briscoe, reach for the sky, boy. We get that. Alright, move on. Alright, then we hear from Roxy. She's laughing over that entire thing. She says, I'm going to defend the belt at Spring Break-In. And then Ava Raine comes in with another segment. Says, well, you're not going to defend it one-on-one. You're going to defend it in a triple threat match against Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. So Roxy's like, oh, you're going to make me lose the belt when I don't even have to lose the belt? I don't have to get pinned? Well, basically. So next week we got Roxy defending the belt against Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. I don't know how that's going to go. If they're going to even pull the trigger and make Tatum Paxley, the women's champion, which will be really creepy. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we have also the Pain, Akam and Razor beat the crap out of Idris Enofe and Malik Blade in 3 minutes. Did I say 3 minutes? Somebody basically called a 3-minute warning, otherwise known as the AOP. They get the win after the Super Collider. Bing Bang Boom, good night. Match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. Then after the match, the NXT Tag Team Champions, Ben Frazier and A-Kid, come out for a stare down with the AOP. Probably see a title change with that. I think the Also Pains will get the tag belts back for the second time. We'll see what happens with them. Move on. Alright, there we go to part 2 of Ariana Grace and Gigi Dolan going dress shopping. So Ariana picks out a green dress and tells Gigi to go try it on. So Gigi takes a while to try it on. She comes out looking amazing in the dress. She has something like, gonna do some cuts and alterations, and maybe she pulled out a Tony Storm chin up, tits out. Watch for the shoe. No, didn't get that. Anyway, so Gigi tries it on, looks amazing in it, and then she walks out of the store with it, and everyone's like, well, I get, Gigi's like, she'll pay for it, and then Gigi's like, do you guys take credit cards? And she has like 16 credit cards. Pays to have all that money from Santina, right? Huh? Santina Walala. So we got that. Alright, so I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to Josh Briggs and Ivar. Big beefy men slapping meat match. Ivar gets the win after basically breaking Briggs' nose. And then hits the Doom Salt. 1, 2, 3. So we get that. Match was decent. 3 out of 5 stars. And then we go to the back where we see the big man, the North American champion, Oba! Wakanda forever! Femi. He's like, impressive. So we got that. And then he leaves. And then we see Ora Menza getting knocked down again. He got the door slammed in his face again. That was funny. Look at that. Alright, then we get a Spring Break-In Night 1 rundown. After that. And then we see the cage being put together because they didn't bring it down from the rafters, from the ceiling this time. So that took a little bit of time to set up. But eventually, we go to the steel cage match between Carmelo Hayes, him, and Trick Willie Shamon. Trick Williams whooping that trick. And Booker T going crazy again. I like it. Oh yeah, man. Okay, calm down. So, the object of this match, as a usual cage match, is pinfall and submission only, so no escaping the cage. Carmelo uses a billy club to start, and then the security guard's throwing the billy club. Melo's beating the fuck out of Trick with it. Melo hits a code breaker on the arm for a near fall. Starts cranking on the arm. Trick fights back, sends Melo into the cage. No blood, of course. Forza charge sends Hayes into the cage again. You got a super rack bottom. Plants Carmelo, and the fans are getting behind Trick. Sends some kicks to the face into a flapjack, set up a reverse suplex to drop Melo. And then Trick sends Melo into the cage over and over and over and over again. And then Trick hits a neck breaker for a near fall. But we get to near the end of the match, and the security guards try to distract Trick, who beats them all up without much effort, because I think they somehow got in the cage and Trick beats the crap out of them. Or I think they were coming into the cage or climbing up the cage. Trick took care of them. Melo grabs a chair, but Trick hits the trick shot, sending the chair into Melo's face, and then Trick goes for the win. 1, 2, 3 in under 12.5 minutes. Trick gets the win, and then Ilya Dragunov comes out for a big time stare down on the balcony to end the show. So, good match between, not as great as Stand and Deliver, but pretty decent match with Trick and Melo. And I gave this 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. And that ends the show. Alright, so we'll see if Trick can win the belt next week from Ilya, or will Ilya send Trick and whoop, all the fans, go bye-bye. So no more, whoop that Trick, what? Not gonna hear that anymore from Booker T if Trick loses. But it'll probably be gone by the time he hits the main roster. I don't think like Pat McAfee or even Corey Graves and, well, maybe Wade Barrett or like Trick Willie Shamon. We'll get that again. That'd be funny. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they'll change the commentary team. Maybe Wade Barrett will go back down to NXT and Booker T will be on SmackDown with Corey Graves. Just to do that for Trick Willie. But, well, we'll see. Since Carmelo's gonna be on SmackDown, so it only fits to have Trick on SmackDown. We have Melo, so there you go. We'll see. Anyway, that's it. So pretty good edition of NXT. So I gave it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think of the show down below in the comments section. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to this channel. We're getting really close to 600. Hopefully we'll get there by the end of the weekend, or maybe by next week. We'll see what happens with that. We're 3 away right now, so hopefully by the end of the week we'll get above 600, and then we'll continue on as we get to 700, and maybe by the end of the year, 750 subscribers. But slow and steady wins the race, or if it takes like another 5 years, we'll get there. But please share the video all over the internet. Hit that like button, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channels, my other channels as well. And don't forget to hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. And that's all I gotta say about that. So once again, NXT from last night gets a solid 7 out of 10 stars. And we'll see what happens next week on night 1 of Spring Breakin'. And that's it. Alright guys, we're 5 minutes away from AEW, so I'm going to go watch AEW now. And I'll be back later, hopefully, on this very channel with your AEW Dynamite review. And that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, if you're not down with that, well, that's too goddamn bad. You know why? Because I, and basically everybody else is way better than you, and you know it. We all got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! That's it. See you guys later. Until next time, peace.